I was asked by the TV reporter about the importance of mentoring, and I suspect that an audience like this doesn't need to be told what the importance of mentoring and networking is. You know, sometimes when you come to these things, sometimes you feel like you're preaching to the choir, and I suspect that is the case. You all know the importance of networking and mentoring, or else you wouldn't be here. But I think the other thing that I would like to encourage you to think of is the importance of engagement and serving as an ambassador, and taking whatever knowledge you currently have and whatever knowledge you've gained tonight back to your workplace, back to your families, because you have to understand that both in your workplace and in your families, you serve as a role model. Chances are, my guess is that most of you were the first generation to go to college and earn a degree. Is that right? How many first generation people we have? See? You not only have an opportunity, I think, as my dad used to say, you have a responsibility to improve the lives of others. And you can start right with your own family, whether it's if you're married and have children, or you have brothers and sisters, or cousins and nephews, and all that type of stuff. Just understand that we can improve the lives significantly of Latinos in Silicon Valley by taking personal action on our own part. And that's kind of the moral that my dad, my role model, my hero, shared with his 5 children. That is that we all have a responsibility at some point in our lives to improve the lives of others. He never told us how to do that, but I'm really proud of the fact that me and my 4 siblings all have done that in our own different ways. So please remember that as you leave here tonight and go off into your careers. So I'm going to ask the panelists to come up forward, and as they do this, I have to tell you, as Jose mentioned, I'm a recovering politician. Come on up. and you know, as a politician, you get all the tough questions asked of you, but you never get to ask them. So I'm relishing tonight. I'm gonna put these 4 people on the hot seat and really make them tough. No, I'm not. This is very nice. So tonight we're going to hear from 4 really very, very distinguished people, and my good friend Chris Payton, where's Chris? He sent me these bios, and they're longer than the one I gave to Jose. So these must have been written by your mothers and your fathers. And so suffice it to say that they're important people, or else they wouldn't be sitting up here talking with us and answering questions. But I do want to give you some basic background on them. First, I don't know, let's see, way at the end, Laura García-Manrique is the Vice President for Product Management at Symantec. She's Vice President of Consumer Product Management. In her current role, she's responsible for setting overall product strategy for consumer product portfolio and for building new online services and the next generation of cloud-based security services to protect consumers from a wide range of cyber crime threats. Well, that's a huge area. That's a growing threat for sure. Laura is responsible for Norton 360, Norton Internet Security, and Norton Antivirus, the bulk of Symantec's 1.8 billion consumer business. She joined Symantec in 1995, and she's a native of Spain. I'm sure she'll share some of that with you. She holds degrees in economic sciences and business administration as a graduate of the University of Oviedo, Spain, and Dublin City University, Ireland. So that's kind of an interesting combination. Make a great soccer match. Those 2 universities. All right. And let's see, next to her is Bill Valle. Bill is the head of human resources at Samsung Semiconductor Inc. He's a top HR executive responsible for all aspects of human resources, partnering with employees and executive leadership throughout North America and South Korea. Prior to Samsung, Bill held executive HR positions at AT&T Wireless and SBC Communications. He graduated from Whittier College with a double major in biology and psychology, and has also attended executive development programs at the University of Southern California and Harvard Business School. He also holds a senior professional in human resources lifetime certification. To his right is Alberto Yépez, who is the managing director at Trident Capital, and he's also the chairman of the Hispanic IT Executive Council, better known as High Tech. Boy, how much time do you spend coming up with that name?
It wasn't me. They recruited me.
Alberto is a native of Peru and has built successful global businesses in enterprise security and infrastructure software for over 20 years. He is currently a venture partner for Trident Capital, focusing on enterprise software and IT security. He's also, as I mentioned, the chairman of the Hispanic IT Executive Council that includes executives leading Fortune 500 corporations in both the United States and abroad, as well as the largest Hispanic-owned IT firms in the U.S. He attended the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University and holds a BS degree in computer science, computer engineering, and electronic physics from the University of San Francisco. And then we have, let's see here, my third page, we have Teresa Ortiz-Luna. Teresa is a senior HR director here at Symantec. She has 20 years experience overall in talent acquisition, retaining talent, and developing and maintaining employee relations. She's a native of the Bay Area, having gone to high school in Palo Alto and getting her degree with the University of Phoenix. She's been at Symantec 8 years, and before that was with companies such as Sun and SGI. Her role is actually on the front lines of acquiring talent, so her perspective this evening on how she goes about identifying and acquiring talent is going to be really interesting. And some of the challenges and dynamics of identifying Latino talent for the high-tech industry I'm particularly interested in, and how she's successful at it and how others aren't so successful. Maybe we can learn that. So please join me in welcoming our panelists. So, we got a lot of ground to cover. You ought to see the questions that were suggested to me. But one of the things that I'm always interested in, I mentioned my father earlier. You know, I'm a strong believer that there's no such thing as a self-made person. That we all are in the places we sit because of other people who have helped us along the way, or because we had access to certain things that others didn't have access to. And I think